Good morning to you on this Saturday. I'm Lynn Smith, and thanks for spending part of your day with us here on Weekend Express. We do begin with that emotional night of prayer, song, and remembrance for the 9 people shot and killed at Charleston's Emmanuel AME Church. Thousands of people packed a sports arena in Charleston. The crowd locked arms and sang, "We shall overcome." As each victim's family name was called, those members of the family stood up. They all received a standing ovation. Some of the family members spoke yesterday at a bond hearing for Dylann Roof, who reportedly has confessed to the shootings. Many of them offered words of forgiveness. President Obama was moved, as all of us were. He tweeted, quote, "In the midst of darkest tragedy, the decency and goodness of the American people shines through in these families." Nick Valencia has more on that bond hearing.
You ready, sir?
I am.
In shackles and wearing prison stripes, gunman Dylann Roof walks into his first court appearance with little fanfare or emotion. His image broadcast via a video link from the detention center into a North Charleston courtroom. On the other side of the screen, off camera, relatives of the innocent victims.
Before we go into the bond process, I would like to ask, are there any members, or is there a representative of any of the family that would be here that wish to make a statement before this court before I post or set the bond?
Through tears, some of them spoke.
I forgive you. You took something very precious away from me. I will never talk to her ever again. I will never be able to hold her again. But I forgive you. And have mercy on your soul.
Your name, ma'am?
Felicia Sanders.
One of them, Felicia Sanders, a survivor of the slaughter who lost her son in the attack, seems to speak for them all.
We welcome you Wednesday night in our Bible study with open arms. You have killed some of the most beautifulest people that I know. Every fiber in my body hurts. And I'll never be the same.
Roof listens expressionless. Staring down, he says nothing.
Your Honor, I've met with Mr. Roof. I think he understands the proceedings.
Law enforcement sources say he confessed to killing 9 people, all shot multiple times. In a bizarre twist, the chief magistrate asked the court to give sympathy to Roof's family.
We must find it in our heart at some point in time, not only to help those that are victims, but to also help his family as well.
In their first statement since the massacre, Roof's family says they are devastated and saddened. Words cannot express our shock, grief, and disbelief as to what happened that night. They go on to say the Roof family extends their deepest sympathy and condolences to the families of the victims. Forgiveness also a focal point at a prayer vigil on Friday. Quite a remarkable response from a city still healing.
Nick Valencia joins us now from the courthouse in Charleston. Nick, good morning to you. You know, those images of people in Charleston and all around this country coming together in the grief and healing process shows that this man failed miserably in what he was trying to do, which was start a race war, allegedly. And Nick, you were learning more details about what he told police in the moments after his capture, revealing a lot about his plans and even some second thoughts about doing this, right?
Well, certainly. We'll start with the community reaction and response. It's had the adverse effect. What he intended to do was divide this community, as you mentioned, create a race war. In my conversations, though, with the community, it seems to have had the exact opposite effect. It's brought the community closer together. We saw so many people outside of Emmanuel AME Church yesterday praying, holding hands, hugging strangers, introducing themselves to other strangers. Truly a a remarkable scene there. And now new details emerging overnight from our local affiliate WBTV in the Charlotte area. That's near where Dylan Roof was eventually captured, about 4 hours north of here. According to WBTV, he told investigators that he had 7 ammunition magazines ready to carry out a mass shooting there. Also, we're learning that he had some second thoughts, Lynn, about taking this out. We have been reporting that he spent an hour with this congregation during a Bible study session, a very intimate scene, just 13 people inside that church. So you can imagine the types of conversations being had there in that closed-door setting. So he apparently told investigators that he was treated very nicely and had second thoughts about carrying out, but believed that he needed to be the one to do this because he wanted to start that race war. We're also told that when he was broken the news that he had killed 9 people, he seemed to be surprised and shocked by that news, Lynn.
Nick Valencia there for us at the courthouse. Nick, thanks so much.
You bet.